Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Friday Night Football here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. I'm Andy Bishop alongside Andrew Jensen. We are coming to you live from Sweetwater Union High School in National City, South County, San Diego, and we've got a Metro matchup coming to you tonight here to set to kick off here in just a couple of minutes. It'll be Sweetwater hosting the Raiders from Southwest High School, a couple of teams that have losing records, as I turn to my partner here, Andrew Jensen, but a couple of teams that definitely have some potential and are possibly on the rise.
Yeah, two young teams, Sweetwater 0-5, but they've been playing extremely well, and two of their losses have come against some of the better teams in the county, and then, or three of their team losses, I should say, and the other two losses, they were right there in it. Unfortunately for them, just didn't come out on top. So they're 0-5, but they're right there. Talking with their head coach before the game, Coach Jose Mendoza, he said there's no, depression. There's no one hanging their heads or anything like that because they know they're playing hard and they're playing well, and it's just a matter of time before the wins, start coming. So Sweetwater, young team, they're playing hard, and you got to figure eventually they're going to start getting some wins on their side. Southwest on the other side started out the season really well, has had a tough couple of losses. But they're also a program on the rise as well. New head coach over there, and looking to get things on track tonight here at Sweetwater as Coach Paredes at Southwest. Definitely a hard-nosed coach, preaches defense, hard hits, and discipline. And it's going to be interesting to see who comes out on top tonight.
Well, both these teams coming off 40-plus point losses, a couple of humbling defeats, but looking to right the ship tonight. We are just a minute or so away from kickoff. Again, we are coming to you live from Sweetwater High School in National City, Southwest, driving up just a few miles from the south. So we are sure to have an interesting contest for you tonight. Hard to believe, Andrew, that we're already in week 6 of the high school football season.
It's scary. It honestly seems like it was just yesterday. We were in week 1, and here we are more than halfway through. And I think the weather is kind of playing tricks on us as well. It's still warm out, so you think it's early on in the year. But it's coming into clutch time here for both these teams. And as they head into league play, they want to walk into league play with a win, obviously. So a big game here tonight. Senior night here at Sweetwater High as well.
Yeah, good point there, Andrew. So rowdy crowd ready to go here for the Red Devils of Sweetwater. I mentioned it's a Metro matchup. Southwest High School is in the Metro South Bay, and Sweetwater's in the Metro Pacific. Those divisions, of course, got split up a couple of years ago. It's going to be Southwest kicking off to start things here. They'll be going from right to left. They're in the yellow pants with the white jerseys, yellow helmets, and Sweetwater in the all maroon, if you will. We are set to go here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. It will be Southwest ready to kick it. A line drive kick fielded at the 30, taken up to the near side, and that's going to be Jose Galvin on the return.
Yeah, Galvan, just kind of one of the upmans, fields it, and will give Sweetwater good field position to start this game, as they'll be starting at about the 37-yard line, I believe, is where it's going to be marked. Sweetwater has one of the older fields here in the county, so they're in position to get a new stadium here pretty soon. Hopefully they'll get that here in the near future. But as it is right now, not a yard markers and not the nice turf that you're accustomed to seeing throughout the county. So Sweetwater in line, though, to get that new field here shortly.
Starting from the 38, it's quarterback Christian Amon handing it off right side, and Sal Nasser, the speedy back for Sweetwater, gets nailed behind the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, we'll be calling his name a lot tonight. Sal Nasser is kind of their Mr. Everything. Will line up in the backfield, line up in the slot, and will get a lot of touches. That time loses a yard on the carry. A Southwest defense was all over that.
The Red Devils of Sweetwater have presented a couple different quarterbacks so far this season. Michael Gregorio also getting some time, but it's the sophomore Amon starting out as the starter. One wide receiver far side. They'll go again to Nasser. Pretty much the same play, and again it'll go for a slight loss, maybe a half a yard loss.
And that's one thing you're going to see with the Southwest defense is that they're very disciplined. They play tough defense. And that comes from the attitude of their head coach. Very hard-nosed kind of football coach, and preaches discipline. And their defense has been, other than giving up a lot of points last week, for the most part, been pretty consistent this year.
Yeah, they've given up less than 20 points on average per game, 19.4. So it'll be a 3rd down and 12 after each of the first 2 plays went for negative gains for the Red Devils. Again, they are in an I formation, 2 wide receivers, a play action, a rollout, a throw, and a catch. A fumble as the receiver goes out of bounds. That'll be well short of the 1st down.
Nice little rollout pass there.
Looked like it was Raymond DeBella on the reception for Sweetwater.
Yeah, DeBella lost the football at the very end, but ball rolls out of bounds, and he'll be short by a few yards, and you figure they're going to go for it here with the field position they have. 4th down and a long, we'll call it 2.
They're at their own 46 after a gain of about 10 on that 3rd down play, so they need 2 yards to the 48.
Well, it looks like they are going to punt.
They will come out in punting formation, and it will be Nasser set back to punt, standing at his own 34. It looks like it's Chris Martinez ready to return it for the Raiders. A high snap. Nasser gets it off, a nice spiral that will bounce at the 23 and take a Sweetwater roll inside the 15 to the 13.
I told you we'd be calling Nasser's name a lot. You're lining up as the punter and gets a good punt off there too as it gets stopped at the 13. So Southwest will have a long field ahead of them. But Nasser doing everything the early going in that first drive, but not anything positive, so to speak, for other than that punt, as on his first 2 carries he lost a couple yards.
Yeah, Sweetwater was set up with some pretty good field position there, unable to take advantage of it, but they did at least, like you said, Andrew, get some good yards on that punt. So Southwest is inside of its 15-yard line. We'll say they're at the 14, and they're going to come out on the attack. Of course, quarterback Dominique Villamore will lead the offense, and on 1st down, he hands it right side to Anthony Martinez. And you might have a little bit of running back by committee here for Southwest, as they are without their leading rusher on the season, Maceo Harris, who was also injured last week.
Yeah, he was actually a couple weeks ago when he was knocked out, but he was their best back. But like you said, they will have a lot of different backs that will get touches tonight, and so you're going to get a variety of styles. You have some speed back there, you have some power backs, but Southwest likes to throw the football, so we'll see how often they actually do run it, because they are kind of a spread team.
They'll go with a wide receiver screen to R.J. Rodriguez on 1st down out of a 3 wide receiver set, and he gets a gain of 3 on that one here to the near side.
And they'll be throwing to R.J. Rodriguez a lot. That's Villamore's favorite target is Rodriguez, and definitely a good player as well. You'll see Rodriguez a lot with kick returns and punt returns as well.
So a respectable gain on 2nd down, but they still need a long 5 yards. We'll call it 6 from their own 18. Rodriguez coming in as one of the leading receivers for this Southwest team, along with Martinez as well, one of the senior wide receivers. This time they'll come out in a shotgun formation, 4 wide receivers. Villamore, having plenty of time, finally gets it away and split the seam, but it was not caught by Martinez.
Yeah, I don't think Martinez expected that ball to come through, just because there was a couple defenders there. It was a beautiful throw by Villamore. Just Martinez didn't look like he was ready for it.
That'll bring up 4th down for Southwest, 8:48 left in the first quarter. So both teams going 3 and out to start here.
And Mr. Everything back there to return the punt. Sal Nasser standing near midfield.
It's going to be Chris Martinez punting for Southwest. Fumbles the snap, but gets it away from his own 5 and puts up a pretty nice one. Nasser's going to let it bounce at the Southwest 45, and then it's going to take another hop between his legs, and it'll finally be downed back over to Red Devil territory at the 49.
Yeah, Nasser very fortunate there, trying to let that one bounce, and it took an awkward bounce and almost hit him, which would have been disaster for Sweetwater, but they will get the ball back with good field position at the 49. So their defense comes up big after they weren't able to convert on the last time they had good field position. We'll see if they can right the ship here on their second possession of the game.
8:35 on the clock as Sweetwater starts a new drive here. Andy Bishop alongside Andrew Jensen from Sweetwater High. It will be Amon again from the pistol formation. And he will roll out. It is tipped and intercepted by Southwest. On the interception was Fernando Iniguez.
Yeah, and Fernando Iniguez is one of their captains on the defensive side. You're going to be calling his name a lot tonight too, and he gets a big interception there. A huge interception, as Sweetwater had great field position to start that drive, and on the first play, lineman comes up with an interception.
Amon had an open receiver as he was rolling out, but just did not get the pass up high enough. Again, tipped and then intercepted by Iniguez, the big lineman there at 280. So Southwest has it, starting at the 41. Handoff on the left side again to Martinez, and he fumbled it. Recovered by Sweetwater. Robert Tapia on the recovery.
And that hurts if you're Southwest, and that's really kind of the problem that they've had throughout this year. They've had an issue with turnovers, and a big one there is they got a turnover on their own, and the very next play they turn it over. And what was a good run as well. Rodriguez had a good pickup there before he coughed that one up.
So turnovers on back-to-back plays. Sweetwater regains possession with 8:20 left, and they'll start a new drive from their own 38.
So basically, instead of that interception, it was like a 10-yard penalty.
It was a 10-yard loss. Replay first down, essentially. But only 10 yards to go here on first down now. Out of a jumbo I formation, Nasser will get it. He switches directions, and he has room. He's going to get the first down easy, juking back inside past midfield, making another series of moves. Gets a solid gain of about 14.
And now you can see why Nasser is their Mr. Everything. Athleticism there. That play had nowhere to go, and strictly use athleticism there to make something out of nothing, and picks up 14 yards. Looked like a video game there, kind of changing directions from side to side. And he is a good player. He definitely is kind of the heart and soul of this Red Devil team.
Nasser ran about 40 yards on that play to get a gain of 14 to the Southwest 47.
First down of the ball game.
Amon getting it out of the pistol with a man in motion, faking it to the up man, and then giving it to Antonio Garcia, I believe, who is spelling Nasser. Garcia, the sophomore running back.
Yeah, again, a very young team. Nasser is the senior, and he's their leader, but the rest of the team, you're going to see underclassmen. A bulk of this roster is underclassmen.
Of course, Sweetwater, one of the more storied high schools across San Diego County, originally starting out in 1921. So they're coming up on the century mark here a few years down the line.
Yeah, a lot of history here, a lot. All sports.
Second down and 9 for Sweetwater. Another handoff to Garcia up the middle for a few.
That brings up third down and about 6 or so. But going back to the history of Sweetwater, the school, again, has been around for close to 100 years, but they've had some dominant sports programs down here. Track, basketball, and football, they were dominant for almost the entire 80s. They were league champs and definitely a team to be feared. Trying to get back to that recognition in modern day.
Third down and 6 for Sweetwater. Nasser back into the game along with Jalen Davis. Rolling out is Amon, and that's going to be Davis on the reception, but still short of the first down. He gets it up close to the 40-yard line of Southwest, but be a couple yards shy.
Yeah, be about 3 yards short, and it'll be interesting to see what Coach Mendoza elects to do here on fourth down. And is he going to try to punt and pin them deep like he did last time, or take advantage of this field position that they have?
A lot of times you see the team go for this at the high school level, just a few yards away inside of the opponent's territory. Definitely 4 down territory, and should see Sweetwater go for it. They'll come out with 2 wide receivers. Nasser flanking Amon. He throws a pass that is tipped again, and that will fall incomplete. Another turnover on downs it will be. So Sweetwater unable to move the chains on that one.
So another wasted opportunity for the Red Devils as they got great field position again. Picked up a first down on that big run by Nasser, but the drive stalls, and Southwest now will get it back after they turned it over on their last possession.
Amon, not the tallest of quarterbacks, already gotten a couple batted down. One previously was an interception, of course. That one falls incomplete. A new series of downs for the Raiders of Southwest. Two wide receivers out of an I formation. A new back this time getting the carry left side, and he fumbles it. But a plethora of Southwest linemen there to recover it. Don Garcia this time on the run there. He got 10 carries last week for Southwest.
And a flag came flying in late after the play. They're trying to figure out what happened there, but almost disaster again for Southwest as the ball was popped out. And we said I had the opportunity to call this Southwest team a few weeks ago when they lost to Montgomery, and turnovers were definitely the problem in that one. There was over 10 turnovers combined in that ball game, and the majority of them, now they pick up the flag, so there was no penalty. But Southwest, lucky they don't turn that one over.
The ball will move forward 2 yards, so that fumble results in a gain of 2. No penalty on the play, as Andrew mentioned. Via Moore out of the shotgun, throws a bullet left side on a quick curl route. That was Martinez out there.
Yeah, Martinez hauled that one in under heavy coverage. Nice concentration to hold on to that. Actually, yeah, he'll be about 3 or 4 yards shy of the first down.
Martinez comes into the game as the leading receiver for the Raiders. A pretty small target out there at just 5'6", but knows how to get open and haul in that ball, as you saw on that play. 3rd down and 4 with just over 5 minutes left here in the first quarter. Still a 0-0 game. Via Moore on 3rd down, under pressure, rolling right, avoiding the rush, and then being taken down by Robert Tapia.
Falogo was there as well. Initially got there and kind of caused the duress, and then the sack came in. But another great defensive series there by the Red Devils. Forcing another long 4th down, and again, they should get decent field position or good field position after this punt.
Tapia officially with the sack on that one. He also had that fumble recovery, so he's making his name known tonight. Martinez back to punt, standing at his own 20. And he will angle it towards the right side. Nasser picking it up at his own 30 from the bounce. Juking up to the 40 to midfield, down the far sideline. He's to the 30 and finally taken down at the 26.
What an asset to have Sal Nasser on your side. Just so athletic and using his athleticism there. It wasn't anything else other than athleticism that got him that yardage. And now they're going to have outstanding field position to start this drive.
The best field position by far for the Red Devils starting a drive here.
Nasser picking that one up on the bounce. Not a lot of room, but just using his quickness, making people miss, and then using his speed to break away.
They'll start out from the left hash, and it will be a play action. Amon throwing it to the corner. It is caught to the 5. Touchdown, Red Devils, Zach Crutcher.
Beautiful play fake. And Crutcher was wide open, made the catch, and no one in front of him walked into the end zone from 26 yards out. And the Red Devils don't squander the field position on this drive as they convert on their first play of their 3rd possession of the game.
Well, the play action got him. And then it was Amon who threw a nicely lofted ball to Crutcher. Caught it at about the 10 and then rolled in the rest of the way. The point after try is good. Julio Roman puts it through. And with 3:48 left here in the first, it's the home team with the lead, 7-0. Sweetwater over Southwest.
If you want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports School Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/S as in Sam, B as in boy, P as in Paul. Again, that's playonsports/SBP.
That's Andrew Jensen. I'm Andy Bishop. We're coming to you live from Sweetwater Union High School. Sweetwater just getting into the end zone here for the first score of tonight's game. A 26-yard passing touchdown from quarterback Christian Amon to wide receiver Zach Crutcher. And a beautifully drawn up play there, Andrew.
Yeah, and they totally bit on that play fake as Crutcher was wide open, made the catch, and walked in untouched.
Roman ready to kick it from left to right. Sends a nice line drive kick, but it's angling out of bounds, and it will indeed go out of bounds inside the 10. And that will, of course, draw the penalty flag for the illegal procedure. A little extra activity going on as well after the play, and that will draw a flag as well.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of it in early going here, a lot of chirping and kind of pushing and shoving between these two schools. And the referee's doing a good job staying on top of it early here, not letting it kind of get out of hand and kind of taking control early on by throwing that penalty point.
Seen a mostly clean game so far prior to that play.
So the first penalty, of course, is going to be the kickoff out of bounds. And then we'll wait for the second one, which is probably going to be a dead ball and sportsmanlike.
So you're going to have Southwest with the personal foul penalty. That will march him back 15 yards from the 35. So they'll start out at the 20-yard line. So basically you had a touchback there. That ended up
take 2 steps
resulting in the same
one
thing.
Step back. So Southwest trying to get on the board here. They're kind of sputtering offensively tonight. We'll see if they can get things going here late in the first quarter. Referee's still trying to sort out the penalty. So still some discussions going on here as referees are huddling up, trying to figure out what they're doing. Now I think they're going to move them forward a little bit. Oh, they're going to re-kick it.
So you're going to have, I suppose, the two penalties offsetting each other and a replay of the kick.
But the kick will take place 10 yards closer, I believe.
Waiting for the officials to get this right, as they seem to be slightly confused themselves.
Yeah, we're waiting to figure out what exactly is going to happen here. The ball went out of bounds, which would have been initially a penalty against Sweetwater, which would be either a re-kick or they would get the ball at the 35. But then there was a personal foul penalty, and that was after the play. Now they're there it goes. So they're going to make them re-kick, and then they're going to do 15 yards from.
So essentially, 15 minus 5 is 10. So
the long version, but yeah.
5 minus 15 is negative 10. So you have the ball coming to midfield, 10 more yards.
Everybody up here in the press box trying to figure out what was going on, but we got it. They're kind of took the long version there. Long division.
Much better chance for Sweetwater to get a touchback now as Romano hits a good clean one, and this will indeed land right in the middle of the end zone, resulting in an automatic touchback.
So basically what they did there, instead of using a calculator, they showed their work.
Exactly.
They kind of went through the motions, marched off the yards, and then added the yards instead of just going to where everybody knew it was going to be. But, hey, they got it right. So Southwest will start over here at the 20. We'll see what they can do, and hopefully if you're a Southwest fan can get something going. They showed signs, but they need to do a better job protecting the ball, and they also need to do a better job protecting their quarterback, Via Moore, who's been under pressure a lot in the early going.
Villamor out of the shotgun with Martinez in motion. He will go with the draw to the big back, and we've had a little bit of a slowdown in play here.
Yeah, that play whistled dead before it even started. And referee thrown, or the flag was thrown by the far side official there.
And you saw it was going to be Greg Cruz about to get the handoff on that one. That's going to be a guy you don't want to get in front of. 5'6", 225.
That's a fullback. That's a typical fullback size guy that you really, like you said, you don't want to get in front of, especially if you're a 150-pound, 160-pound DB. But that penalty going against Sweetwater looked like they jumped in the neutral zone, which will give Southwest a free 5 yards.
You've seen a couple of backs in there already. Cruz is the latest one. Martinez coming in motion and getting an inside handoff, but he takes a heavy hit originally around the line of scrimmage by Raven Middleton, the sophomore linebacker.
Yeah, Nicholas Concepcion was in there as well, and another flag comes flying in late. So the play went for basically nothing, but now we'll see what the penalty was.
You're going to have a
unsportsmanlike on Sweetwater.
Yeah. After the play, maybe a little bit of taunting. That's the only thing I could think of.
And that's the last thing you want to do, too, is that you're giving an offense that's struggling moving the ball, you're giving them free yardage. You gave them a free 5 yards on the offsides penalty, and now you just gave them a free 15 yards after they were stopped on that run. So basically you gave them free 20 yards, and they haven't done anything for it, and their offense is struggling. That's the last thing you want to do to a struggling offense.
Had about 15 seconds tick off the clock in the last 10 minutes here at Sweetwater High School. 3:35 left still in the first quarter. Southwest at their own 41. First down, Villamor throwing it and caught. BJ Martinez, as they'll call him here.
Yeah, Norberto Martinez likes to go by the nickname BJ. But a nice throw there by Villamor, and he can do that. If he actually has time to throw, he can find his receivers, and he has a decent arm. Problem is giving him the protection. He had the protection there, and he threw it right on the money.
You've seen Southwest mostly going with shorter plays so far.
They whistled that.
Oh, I saw one of the refs. I thought that, I saw the incomplete motion, but then the other one had the motion that the ball had been caught, but I guess it'll go for incomplete.
Yeah, I guess he didn't bring that one in all the way down.
Second down and 10. Villamor once again out of the shotgun, looking left, and then throwing it on a hitch screen to the right side, misdirection, but that one isn't going to go for anything. Mark Daniels on the reception.
And going back to that incomplete pass, I mean, that's something you just have to hold on to that pass. It's a perfect throw. You're wide open. Took a hit, but you got to hold on to that, especially when your offense is struggling. And instead, they go incomplete pass, and the next play they get no yards on the run and brings up 3rd and long.
2:50 and counting on the clock from Sweetwater High School. Andy Bishop alongside Andrew Jensen on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. It's a 3rd down, trips wide receivers to the near side for Southwest. Villamor looking that way and rolling. He's going to throw, I thought he was going to throw it deep because he had an open receiver, but he just flips it out, and that will go incomplete.
Yeah, he held on that a little bit too long, and then he tried to flip it out to B.J. Rodriguez at the last second there, B.J. Martinez at the last second there, and falls incomplete. So 4th and 10, and Sweetwater will get the ball back.
You know what? He was rolling left, and he could have had R.J. Rodriguez deep. I was almost certain he was going to throw it there. It would have been a hard throw as he was rolling to his left side, but possibly a missed opportunity there. That will result in a 4th down, and the punting unit on once again. Martinez set to punt. Nasser, the dangerous threat at returner, standing at his own 25. And you're going to have a stoppage and play, a timeout by the Raiders of Southwest. 2:25 left here in the first quarter. Southwest down early, 7-0 to Sweetwater here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us at PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube and youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Andy Bishop and Andrew Jensen coming to you live from Sweetwater High School. Sweetwater losing last week 56-14 against one of the better teams around San Diego, Olympian, and Southwest losing 45-0 against La Jolla Country Day, who even as a Division V school, a small school, has a lot of talent this year.
Yeah, they're always a tough out for always kind of top of their class for their division.
So each of these teams very hungry for a victory. As we're set to go again, Martinez kicks it away. A short, low kick picked up at the 35 and taken up the near side. That was Raymond DeBella on the return.
And DeBella, nice return there. And it actually was a net of only an 8-yard punt if you factor in that return. So not what Southwest was looking for.
Martinez had time, but rushed that kick a little bit and definitely did not hit it square. 2:15 here in the first quarter. We had a fairly fast-paced first 6 or 7 minutes, but it slowed down here.
And Sweetwater, again, will have great field position, which they've had this entire night, but only has a 7-0 lead. They're going to have to start capitalizing, put this one away.
It's going to be a handoff to Zach Crutcher, who once again is making his name known to the 25 of Southwest. That will go for a gain of 23 on the run by Crutcher.
Yeah, he's finally brought down by Rodriguez, but Crutcher scoring the touchdown on the last possession and making a case for another one there. And he's having a big senior night, big first quarter for senior night for Crutcher.
Yeah, Crutcher with the 26-yard touchdown, one of the senior leaders on this team. Just one wide receiver. It's going to be Nasser getting it and tripped up in the backfield. A nice play by the defensive lineman, Oscar Lescano.
Yeah, Lescano getting good penetration there, and Nasser was stopped in his tracks. In fact, he may have lost a little bit. He does. He lost, looks like about 1.5 yards, close to 2 yards on that play.
Lescano, captain for this Southwest team. He's actually a linebacker there. Came shooting up and got into the backfield quick. Loss of 2. Second down and 12. 1:15 and counting here in the first quarter. They will go same play to Nasser, right side, who gets maybe a gain of 1.
Yeah, it gets close to back to the original line of scrimmage. But, yeah, you're right about a gain of 1 with 2 plays to Nasser going for a yard, bringing up third down and long.
While Sweetwater has had some positive plays tonight, their running between the tackles really hasn't been going so far. With 40 seconds remaining here in the first quarter, a very important third down and 11 coming up at the Southwest 26. They're from the right hash, a play action. Amon rolling right. He's going to look and connects with his receiver over here on the near side, Angel Yola.
Yeah, but Yola took a hit by Rodriguez. R.J. Rodriguez leveled him. But good job by Yola. Hold on to that.
Wow. I thought he might be a little short of the first down, but the referees are going to give it to him at the 13-yard line.
Yeah, I credit R.J. Rodriguez there with the hit, but Yola doing a good job holding on to that.
10 seconds left here in the first quarter. Sweetwater should get one more playoff if they so choose. Man in motion. It's going to be Crutcher again getting the inside handoff, making a defender miss, diving for the pylon. Touchdown, Red Devils.
Crutcher again, this time from 13 yards out on the end around. And Crutcher scores 2 touchdowns in the first quarter on senior night. And he has been the offense thus far for the Red Devils.
Yeah, you got Nasser, of course, but it's been Crutcher that has come up with three really big plays here in the first quarter. This one capping off the first quarter, giving the Red Devils a 13-point lead as Julio Roman comes on to try to make it 14. That kick is going to be wide left, however. No good, so it's still just a 13-0 lead for Sweetwater.
Yeah, and you thought Crutcher or Sweetwater there was probably going to let the clock run out and head to the second quarter, and they're glad they didn't. And I think Southwest may have been thinking that same thing, that maybe they weren't going to get a snap off there. And Sweetwater took advantage of a couple seconds, and Crutcher using athleticism to get in the end zone.
Well, yeah, it's really, tough for a defense, you would have to say, because you got Nasser in the backfield there who you have to worry about, and then Crutcher coming in motion, just another dimension here. 13-0, Sweetwater up on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
PlayOn Sports is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in all sports from across the country. PlayOnSports.com. High school sports lives here. And again, that's across the country. So at halftime of our game, we invite you to check out other states. I know we cover games in Oregon, Washington, Alabama, Florida, Georgia, you name it. So feel free to kind of surf around and listen to other games from across the country. And definitely, if you're a high school sports fan, you're on the right place.
Definitely a treat for the high school fans out there on these Friday nights on PlayOn Sports. This one from South San Diego County, National City to be exact, as Roman will kick it away, a line drive kick. Missed, and it's going to be recovered by Sweetwater.
Oh, it's going to be a dead ball.
You cannot advance it, of course, but they will pick it up in Southwest territory. Having trouble fielding that was Edgar Delgadillo. He just completely lost it.
Yeah, bounces off his chest, and Sweetwater recovers and brings it in the end zone, but you can't advance it, so it's going to be Sweetwater football from, we'll see where they spot it, from the 20. In the NFL, I believe you can advance it, but I don't think you can in college, and definitely not at the high school level. Yeah,
so,
college you can't advance it either. I think NFL you can, but college and high school you cannot.
Another turnover. I guess it would technically be called by Southwest.
It'd be a fumble.
And Sweetwater now set up with their best field position for a drive. Crutcher again in motion, but this time they're going to go to Nasser. And good containment by the Southwest defense there.
And Nasser having a hard time getting anything going in the running game. He had a good run early on, but his stuff has come on returns for the most part. It's been Crutcher that's been the man, so to speak, here in the first half.
Crutcher replaced by junior wide receiver Jaylon Davis. We've seen him into the game a little bit. He's split out left in the slot along with Ivan Cruz. Nasser again in the backfield, but they're going to fake it to him, and then getting it out to the fullback is Amon, who goes somersaulting over the defense for close to a first down.
Yeah, DiBella, I should say, with the reception there, and does a somersault after getting hit, but does a good job holding on, and Amon doing a good job finding him.
Raymond DiBella lining up as the fullback, even though he's probably short of 200 pounds. But leading the way for Nasser and going out in the flat on that one for the reception. 3rd down and 1 for Sweetwater. 10:55 left in the second quarter. Looking to add on to that lead. Again, they'll go with the 2 wide receivers. This time to the right side. Amon will roll right and again throw it in the direction of DiBella, but this one is a little bit too far outside and falls incomplete.
Yeah, 4th and a yard. Southwest now falling for the fake there, and great coverage out in the flat on DiBella. Brings up 4th and a yard, and figure they're going to go for it here.
Yeah, looks like they're ready and set to go for it. 10:38 on the clock, 13-0 lead for the Red Devils. Scoring 2 times in the first quarter, missing the extra point on the second touchdown, so that's why you have a 13-0 lead. 4th down and 1 from the Southwest 11. This time you have Keith Falogo lined up at the fullback leading for Nasser, who gets it right side, but I think he's going to be short.
Yeah, that was a great job.
He got hit in the backfield by Jonathan Samuel. Or excuse me, Fernando Iniguez, 56.
And give Southwest all the credit in the world there. They could have easily just hung their head after giving up the ball at the 20-yard line, but they come up big and force a turnover on downs, and the Raiders will get the ball back. So good effort there by the Raider defense.
It was Iniguez that had the turnover early on, the fumble recovery, I believe it was, for Southwest. Coming up with that big hit behind the line of scrimmage. The defensive lineman, a junior at 5'11", 280.
And now the offense for the Raiders needs to get something going. Their defense has been out on the field the majority of this game, and their offense really needs to get something going here and give their defense a breather.
Villamore hands it right side, but not going for much on that run. Let's see who the back was getting the carry. That one.
Yeah, the running game
looks like it was Don Garcia who fumbled on his first carry earlier.
The running game has really taken a hit since Harris went down with that injury. He was really kind of the heart and soul of the running game for the Raiders.
They will pick up 2 on that play. So 2nd down and 8 upcoming. .9:50 left in the second quarter. Villamore rolling out to the left. He has got an open receiver deep. Wide open, it's Norberto Martinez, and he cannot hold on to it.
Yeah, he was so wide open, and those are the toughest ones. When you're that wide open, there was no one within 20 yards of him. And when you're that wide open, you start thinking. And he just couldn't haul it in, and Sweetwater fans are giving him a hard time here, and you got to feel for him because that's a tough catch when you're all by yourself like that.
My goodness, that was actually the same play they ran on that 3rd down earlier, where I thought the wide receiver was open deep, and he split again wide on that one.
Oh.
But that's just one you needed if you're Southwest. Now a 3rd and 8 comes up, and they'll go with a screen in the middle of the field. I think it was to Don Garcia again. He's got the first. A late flag being thrown in from the back official, however.
Yeah, that hurts. Just going back, that was a guaranteed touchdown if he holds on to that, because there's no one within 20 yards. He could have walked in backwards. But again, I mean, kind of like free throws in basketball when on a technical foul when no one's around. Yeah. Those are typically the hardest ones when everybody's watching you and you're all by yourself. You got to feel for him because you know he's hurting right now that he didn't bring that in.
That would have been huge for Southwest. Would have gotten them right back in this game quickly.
And then Southwest, after picking up a 1st down there, they shoot themselves in the foot with a personal foul penalty after the play.
So we should have a 1st down, yeah, because it was after the play. So they did pick up the 1st down, but now they'll be pushed back to right around where the play originally started, because it's half the distance.
That has to be driving Coach Paredes insane right now, because you're really struggling offensively, and you finally get a good offensive play, and you move the football, and you get a 1st down, and then you get a penalty and move them right back. So, like you said, you still get the first, but you lose the yardage.
9:25 left in the second quarter. 13-0 Sweetwater. Villamore with 3 wide receivers to the right is going to take a quarterback option and come around the end, gets tripped up, another flag. He might have a holding or a block in the back on Southwest. It was in that area.
Yeah, it came out right when there was contact. The only other thing it could have been on the defense would be a face mask, but I didn't see it, and it is going to go against Southwest.
Yeah, it'll be a holding probably on the receiver, who is trying to open up a lane for Villamore. And again, Southwest beating itself. Again, you're going to have the offense going back half the distance.
Yeah, penalty is really Achilles' heel for this Raider football team. hard to get some momentum going when you're constantly moving back.
They'll have the ball marked at the 7-yard line. So first down and 15 for Southwest. Villamore throwing it on a quick screen. His receivers got some room, almost tripped up, but picking up the first down and getting some more yards after the catch. I believe that was Dominique Young, number 7.
I think that was actually RJ.
Oh, yeah, number 5.
RJ Rodriguez.
I apologize. Having a little trouble picking up that number on the far side. You've got several smaller receivers here for Southwest, but in any case, it's a first down all the way up to the 30-yard line. A nice quick screen there.
And that picks up a first and gets them out of their own end zone here, and we'll see if they can build some momentum off that.
Yeah, that was R.J. Rodriguez over there, number 3 on the far side with that 24-yard play. Villamore hands it to the big back Cruz. Picks up a couple.
Well, and the thing for Southwest, too, you've been outplayed this entire half. But if you can get in the end zone here, you're only down 1 score. You know, Sweetwater's had opportunity after opportunity. They've had every possession so far has been at the 50 or inside, and they only have 13 points. So Southwest has the opportunity to get right back in this with 8:21 left in the half.
Trying to march a drive together. Villamore with 2 wide receivers to his right. He's looking that way, throwing it on the out. Caught at the 40, making a nice move outside. Mark Daniels.
Yeah, good move there by Daniels.
That's Daniels' first reception tonight.
Moves the chains again, so getting some momentum here, moving the football.
Daniels kind of that third receiver to go alongside of R.J. Rodriguez and Chris Martin at times. Hauls in a first down catch. Ball up to the 46. Southwest steadily putting a drive together here and taking up some time off the clock as well. R.J. Rodriguez gets the handoff around left end. Gets stood up at midfield.
He takes a hit, but it's a
good
solid
chunk of 5 yards.
Yeah, it's a solid pickup on first down. If you get 5 yards on first down, the coach is going to take that every day of the week. And it's been R.J. Rodriguez that's been carrying this offense on this drive.
Scoreless so far here in the second quarter from Sweetwater High School. One of the more storied and historic schools in San Diego County. Southwest a little bit newer, starting in the mid-70s. 7:15 left in the first half. 3 wide receivers for Villamore to use, but he's going to hand it off to Don Garcia, and the little man gets hit for a loss.
Yeah, Garcia didn't stand a chance right there. That was Robert Tapia who was right there, and he's been all over the place on the defensive side.
And the result of that play moves them back to their side of the 50, to their own 48. So you're going to have a third down and 8.
So a big play here on third down for Southwest, wanting to keep this drive going. By far their best drive of the night. And like you said a minute ago, they've taken off a lot of time with this drive.
They'll go with 4 wide receivers, 1 coming in motion to the far side. That's Martinez, but they're going to give a draw to Don Garcia, and that's not going to be even close to the first down, only getting about 3 yards.
Brings up fourth down and about 5, so you figure.
Got a little bit of a decision here.
I think if I'm the coach of Southwest, I'm going for it. This is the best drive I've had all night. You've been able to move the ball. You don't want to give Sweetwater the ball back. And considering also the last time they punted, it netted 8 yards.
Yeah, and your defense stopped them when they were pushed up against their own 20 last time.
But they're going to talk it over here.
So with 5:59 left in the first half. Sweetwater still with that 13-0 lead on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
You want to watch more of your school's great matchups like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Well, tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports broadcast program. The broadcast program allows schools to broadcast all their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. That's /S as in Sam, B as in boy, P as in Paul.
Andy Bishop and Andrew Jensen coming to you from Sweetwater High School. Jarrett Wright, our producer, Daryl Mazon on our great video work tonight. Beautiful day across San Diego today.
Finally.
You've had some cooler weather the last couple days. Fall is finally getting here after a pretty warm summer.
Yeah, it's been, again, I've lived in San Diego majority of my life, and this has been the hottest summer that I've experienced. It's kind of getting out of control here. So today was a nice relief. And I know those folks from listening from across the country are like, stop your whining.
Yeah. we are a bit spoiled here in San Diego. We'll admit it. But here we go. Southwest is going to go for it. 4th down from the 48, needing to get to the 44. Villamore back to pass, under pressure. He's going to be taken down. And it's going to be Sweetwater ball.
Yeah, that was an all-out blitz there. And Tapia, I guess, was one of the first ones there again. And Villamore really didn't stand a chance on that play.
Yeah, he really had to get rid of it quick and just couldn't see who was open, if anybody at all. So tough job you're asking Villamore there. Needed a little bit more help there on that 4th down.
Well, Tapia so far has been the player of the game on the defensive side. He's been all over the place, and he led the charge there on that blitz.
Yeah, a couple of big sacks setting up his offense, this time on the Southwest 43. Crutcher coming in motion, getting the handoff, and nifty fake as he bowls over a cornerback and picking up some more yards. Loving to lower that shoulder is Crutcher.
He's been very impressive in this first half. 2 touchdowns, and from what looked like was going to be a gain of nothing, turned out to be a solid pickup on 1st down on his ability to run over a defensive back.
It's kind of tough sometimes to see whether he has the ball or not. You got to applaud the job that Amon is doing, either handing it off or faking it on these various plays. 2nd down and 5 on that gain of 5 from Crutcher. Quick dive by the fullback.
Yeah, not a lot there. Southwest all over that, maybe a yard.
DeBella getting that one.
And DeBella gets a lot of carries here, the junior fullback. He'll be back next year for this Red Devil team, along with Amon, only a sophomore.
Yeah, you gotta like the future of this Sweetwater team. A lot to build around if they can continue to progress.
However, they are losing. Tapia, who's a senior, is gone, and then Crutcher and Nasser are both seniors as well.
Yeah.
So it's 3 major losses for the Red Devils. But, again, like you said, there's a good core coming back.
3rd down. Amon looking to pass will just throw it away as he's taken down pretty hard.
Yeah, he had to just get rid of that one as he was under heavy pressure there, as that was Omar Felix who came charging in on the defensive side, knocked him to the ground after he got rid of it. 4th down.
The ball is at the Southwest 37, so probably, again, 4-down territory here. 4:24 left in the half. Again, Sweetwater up 13-0, looking to add to that. Nasser will be in the backfield along with Amon, who's got 2 wide receivers split out wide. Amon is going to take it. He's going to look throwing across, and there was absolutely nobody in the area.
There had to be a miscommunication there as Amon just threw that. There is a flag on the play, though.
I'm guessing that flag will go as an intentional grounding
there was
call.
Nobody there, but
yeah, there had to be some kind of miscommunication, maybe expecting a crossing route going that way.
Yeah, Ivan Cruz would have been the other person in the vicinity, but he was about 5 or 6 yards away going, like you said, crossing rather than doing a post. It is intentional grounding, but it's going to be a loss of down penalty So you will tack on.
Yeah. So Southwest will get the ball, plus it'll be a 10-yard penalty. So ball at the 47 again. Southwest with some pretty good field position here. It'd be big for them if they could at least put some kind of points on the board here with just over 4 minutes left.
And they have a kicker that has the ability, to kick some deep ones. And Marco Beltran saw him in warm-ups just booting someone from around 40 yards. So if they can at least give him an opportunity and get some kind of, like you said, some kind of points.
Villamore in another I formation. You're going to have early movement. I think you had Cruz, the fullback, Greg Cruz, moving a little bit early.
And that just has to drive the coaching staff berserk. Get field position, you come up with a stop, and then immediately you move back 5 more yards.
Yeah, you've really seen Southwest beating themselves tonight, the Raiders. Sort of like the professional Raiders to some degree. One of the more penalized teams across the years in the NFL. But normally, a pretty disciplined Southwest Raiders team here.
Well, the defense has always been very disciplined from what we've seen this year. So the offense has kind of been a little bit shaky, and a lot of new players here, so you figure a lot of that has to do with
Don Garcia treading his way behind right guard, getting to about the 48, the original line of scrimmage here.
And nice run there by Garcia, getting back those yardage lost on the penalty. He actually picks up maybe another half a yard beyond that.
Yeah, we'll give him a gain of 6. 2nd down and 9 coming up. Ball near midfield. Definitely our share of exciting plays so far in the first half in this matchup between two South County teams. Villamore is going to roll left and just throw it up. He's got Cruz, the fullback, somewhat near it. So
Raven Middleton was chasing him down. Villamore just had to get rid of that. Middleton, another one of those young players, only a sophomore for Sweetwater, and he was all in the face of Villamore there. So big 3rd down again.
Southwest as well as Sweetwater with one more game after this one before they start league play. Both these teams in Metro leagues with just 4 teams, so they only have 3 league games the last 3 of their season. 3rd down and 9 for the Raiders. Dominique Young in motion. They'll throw it on a screen to Mark Daniels, excuse me, and he's going to come up just short, but I would imagine Southwest is going to go for it.
And that's really what you wanted there on 3rd and long, is to bring up 4th down and a little bit more manageable, because you figure you're going to go for it there regardless. And so now you have 4th down and, a little over a yard. About a yard and a half maybe.
Second catch on the night for Daniels. Clock now at just about 3 minutes, and it is counting down. 4th down and a long one. We'll call it 2 yards. R.J. Rodriguez in motion to the far side. A fumbled snap by Villamore, and that's going to be a dead ball there, and that'll be another turnover on down. Sweetwater ball.
And that hurts. In the Southwest, they've had their chances. It's hard to win a game when you keep shooting yourself in the foot. And they've played fairly well. Their defense has done a good job, other than a couple of big plays. Their defense has done all right, and their offense has shown signs. It just, at crucial moments, are making.
You're really going to have an extraordinary effort out of this defense for them to keep their team in this ball game, because the offense has not been able to put any points on the board. Keep on putting pressure on the defense. Another series for the Red Devils. That's going to be Nasser in motion. He's going to get the screen pass, and he's got some room to run, making a maybe unnecessary spin move. But picks up a few yards to midfield.
And that's what you want to do if you're Sweetwater, is to get Nasser in open space like that, where he can use his athleticism, and there he picks up a good yardage on 1st down, pick up a 5.
Ideal situation for Sweetwater is to march a nifty little drive here and take up 2 more minutes off the clock.
And they're going to say that he went out of bounds on his own accord there, which is going to stop the clock.
So they've got plenty of time to put some more points on the board. 2:36 left in the first half. Amon doing a nice job tonight of managing this offense. He's going to throw a quick screen. It is caught for a first down. Moving it near the 40 was the receiver, Ivan Cruz.
Now, I'm impressed with quarterback play by Amon. I mean, he's had a couple passes tipped down. He had that one interception. But only a sophomore. I mean, you got to keep in mind he is only a sophomore. He's only going to get bigger and better as the Sweetwater team moves forward, and we have a timeout on the field.
Yeah, just 9 seconds off the clock on that play, but Sweetwater electing to call a timeout, giving their players some rest. So you got 2:27.
And Sweetwater really has dominated this game for the most part, and yet they're only up 13-0. So you know if you're the Red Devils right now, you want to get in the end zone and feel a little bit better about yourself heading to the locker room with a 3-score lead rather than only 2.
It's senior night here from Sweetwater, and the team on the field definitely putting on a nice performance for its fans. And, you know, a couple of those seniors really putting some nice plays together out there. Crutcher really been the key offensively, along with Nasser on some plays. And then Tapia, you know, the defender out there, been the big name out there on defense, another senior.
So far it's been Tapia and Crutcher who have be battling for player of the game honors. If it ended right now, it would be a battle between those two.
Yeah, exactly.
But we still have another half and 2 minutes to go.
We're set to go again. Aiming out of that pistol. It'll be Crutcher coming in motion, but he fumbles it, and he didn't make an effort to go back for it. It's recovered by Southwest. And another turnover in this ball game.
Yeah,
Jonathan Samuel recovering it.
Fumbled exchange there. It looks like he kind of threw it at Crutcher there instead of handing it off, and bounces off of his chest. And Southwest recovers it. Now they're going to have great field position at midfield, and we'll see if they can finally take advantage and get on the board here.
2:23 remaining in the second quarter.
So I don't know who you really pin that fumble on if you give that
Yeah.
to Crutcher. Or
It never really looked like Crutcher had any control of it whatsoever. A first down, a throw out to R.J. Rodriguez. He's going to flip it back, and this is going to go for a much larger loss. B.J. Martinez.
That had disaster written all over it, luckily.
The flip receiver. You could tell.
I had a feeling he was going to do that.
Rodriguez had the ball. You could tell he wanted to get rid of it for whatever reason. He almost passed it forward, it looked like.
It was like they were playing street ball, two-hand touch or something there, and you kind of get in trouble and pitch it backwards. Lucky that one wasn't a turnover.
A loss of 3 back to the 44.
Yeah, and he would have had a gain of about 1 or so if he just kept that himself.
Villamor on the screen pass to Don Garcia, who makes a move back inside, but still not going for much.
That Sweetwater defense is really...
Yeah, they've really shown up.
Flying across the field there.
And that's when you got to think of that long play that Southwest almost converted, as they really haven't had many other looks down the field besides that one where the receiver was just wide open.
Sweetwater calls a timeout here. It looks like Southwest was just content to maybe run the clock and head to the locker room. So Sweetwater wants to call a timeout to possibly get the ball back and use their athleticism maybe on a punt return.
Well, you've got Southwest, who was in the playoff 2 years ago in 2010, had a season right around 500, but was lucky enough to get into the playoffs. Won their first round game, but then had to face Cathedral Catholic, and we all know it usually happens.
Yeah, no one's beaten, especially that year.
In 2010. They were exceptional that year. You have Sweetwater as well, as we've talked about a little bit tonight, just dominant in the 70s and 80s, winning San Diego section titles 3 years in 72, 83
No,
and 84. Oh, that's CIF championships.
Well, you can move back. Actually, 70 and 71.
Yeah.
278. So from 1970 to 1978.
Yeah, wow. CIF championships in 83 and 84 as well as back in 72. Pretty impressive. Looking to return to that form sometime here in the near future is Sweetwater. Via Moore rolling, trying to find a receiver, but he's just going to be taken down by a couple of Red Devils.
Yeah, I think Ivan Sherez was the first one in there, and Sweetwater is going to call their final timeout here with 1:01 remaining. So they're going to force Southwest to punt this one away, and Sweetwater is going to try to get on the board before the half.
Yeah, you might as well. Southwest really unable to get anything going here on offense.
Yeah, and we mentioned it before play kind of picked up. But you have that big play. If they convert that, if he makes that catch, we're at 13, at the very least 13-6 if they miss the extra point. So at the very least, it would have been 13-6, if not 13-7. And we have a completely different ball game going into the second half. So tough situation. It's one of those would-haves, could-haves. But B.J. Martinez just couldn't hold on to that one.
Sweetwater 0-5 on the season, looking for their first victory tonight. If they can keep this up, they've got a real good shot. You're going to have Nasser along with DeBella ready to return this punt by Martinez. The two Red Devils are standing at their own 30. Martinez gets a wide snap. This one a pretty decent kick, taken at the 36 by DeBella, who fumbles it and then picks it up. And will just advance it a few yards to about the 38.
So Sweetwater will have 62 yards to go here with no timeouts in 50 seconds. But remember, the clock will stop after any first down that they pick up for time for the chains to get reset. And they have the athletes that can make big plays. So we'll see what happens here.
Ball placed at the 39 on the right hash for Sweetwater, looking to do a little bit more damage before the half. First down, Amon is going to step back and throw it. He is going to throw it deep, a little bit of contact.
Oh, no.
No flag, incidental contact.
Probably a good no call.
Crutcher, the intended receiver, got tangled up down low.
The Sweetwater side here is wanting a flag, but probably a good no call. And it looked like he thought about throwing that too. He kind of reached back there for a second and then reached back to grab the flag, but changed his mind.
Sweetwater's offense averaging just 9.4 points a game. They're already above that average tonight at 13 here in the first half. 44 seconds left. Nasser in motion. They'll go to him again on that screen. He gets it past the 40, going back inside. He's going to stay in bounds.
Yeah,
he's got the first down, so that will stop the clock for now until the officials blow that whistle.
They're going to have to hurry up with 33 seconds left. Nasser now we have an injury timeout from Southwest.
So that benefits Sweetwater, but Southwest hoping.
Yeah, it's Jay Samuel, who is the injured player down for Southwest.
Got his helmet off. Looks like he's clinging to one of his knees potentially, but we won't suspect too much.
Going back to that play by Nasser there, he had a chance to get out of bounds, but he elected to try to pick up a couple extra yards. I think in that situation, you run out, you stop the clock.
Yeah, you kind of have a trade-off situation there. He did pick up the first down, and now it does turn into a stop clock, but normally you'd probably want to have your receiver go out of bounds there before the first down to stop that clock. 33 seconds left, again, as we've mentioned. Red Raiders, or excuse me, the Red Devils dominating this game for the most part.
But yet only up 13-0, and that's why they're trying so eagerly here to try to get in the end zone to expand that lead and kind of go in the locker room with a little bit more confidence. And it's tough for a team when you're 0-5, the hardest thing to do is get that first win. And it's hard. You have to finish the game, and you have to keep playing to win rather than not to lose. And that's what Sweetwater has to do here, is continue to play like they have been to get that win. As they're still attending to Jay Samuel down there. He's attended to both coaching staffs. He's sitting up, but they're attending to one of his legs.
Again, almost finished with this second quarter, and good to see Samuels up there.
May have been a cramp or something because he's running off now on his own power.
So he'll go off the field, take a little bit of a breather. Clock is stopped as both teams set to line up here. Ball placed at the 47 of the Raiders.
The clock will go at the official's signal here. There it goes.
There it goes, 32, and the ball is snapped, throwing it up and deep. Oh, what a catch by Crutcher, who then goes back inside, makes a move. He's back to the middle of the field, avoiding another defender to the 15, and finally stopped as he makes his way out of bounds. What a smart play there, too, to get out of bounds by Crutcher.
And Crutcher is having himself a huge first half, and like you said, on top of that huge athletic play, he had the mindset to get out of bounds and stop the clock. What a play by Crutcher. He is really making an effort to get our player of the game vote.
Some really sticky hands by Crutcher as he had to adjust to that back shoulder catch.
And, folks, I'll be on our highlights. So when you can tune in, hopefully by tomorrow, you'll be able to see the highlights of this game. That I will guarantee will be on there.
But just 9 seconds and the clock is rolling. A pass inside and caught, but this could roll the rest of the time off the clock. 1 second.
Well, they have
clock is stopped, but it will start. 1 second left.
Oh, I don't know if they're going to get it off.
Clock starts.
Nope.
A snap. No play will be run. That will be the end of the half. Oh, man. An exciting end to that first half. Sweetwater, unfortunately for their side, not coming away with anything more.
Well, Sweetwater dominated the total yards on this one, yet they're only up 13-0.
Yeah, they got to be thinking they could have a little more, but the other team, Southwest, still has 0 points on the scoreboard. Senior night here from Sweetwater, the home team with a 13-0 lead at half. We encourage you to stay tuned for our halftime show. That will be in a few minutes, but in the meantime, feel free to browse around PlayOnSports.com and check out some of the other games. We'll be back here shortly on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, we can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. We're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the PlayOn School broadcast program,
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot at this.
Welcome back to Sweetwater High School. Andy Bishop alongside Andrew Jensen. Ready to start the second half here. We've got a 13-0 ball game. And you really saw two different teams out there, Andrew. But at the same time, if you're Southwest, you're probably happy that you're only down by 13 points.
Yeah, they very easily could have been down by a lot more than that. As we saw the last play of that first half, could have went for a score. But Sweetwater comes up just about a yard shy before time runs out. And considering Sweetwater had the ball inside the 50 almost the entire first half, for them to only be up 13-0, that has to be a positive for Southwest in the locker room.
To review the scoring, it was Christian Amon, the quarterback for Sweetwater, throwing a 26-yard touchdown pass to Zach Crutcher, and then Crutcher got in the scoring column again with a 13-yard run on the last play of the first quarter, and then a scoreless second quarter. So we still have a 13-0 ball game. As we've mentioned before, Southwest will be starting with the ball after kicking off to start the game, so they've got a chance to answer the bell and get back in this thing. We've seen our share of exciting plays for sure. A few turnovers, a few penalties, to say the least, especially on the Southwest side.
I think if you're Southwest, the main focus at halftime had to have been stop shooting yourself in the foot. And we'll see if they're able to sustain a drive here in the second half.
The Red Devils kicking it off, taking a bounce, and it's going to be Southwest barely able to come up with it. We saw them with a mistake on an earlier kickoff in the first half.
Yeah, that was very close to being disaster again.
Anthony Martinez on the return there.
Yeah, he kind of bobbled that a little bit right in front of a couple Sweetwater players, and Sweetwater almost had a chance to fall on that one and take possession.
Glad to be bringing you live coverage from beautiful San Diego, California, Sweetwater High School in National City. Andy Bishop with Andrew Jensen, Jarrett Wright, our producer, and Daryl Mazon on the video. First down from the 21, a handoff left side. And I think you're going to see R.J. Rodriguez. Oh, no, my mistake. That was Don Garcia with the carry.
And a nice pickup there on first down. A very nice pickup of about 7 yards. So that's what Southwest needed. Get a drive going and sustain it and pick up solid yardage on first down.
Saw the 3 on the jersey, but didn't pick up the 1. It was 13 and not 3 on the carry. So a 7-yard gain for Garcia, who's gotten the highest number of carries for this Raider offense. but by no means a workhorse tonight. 2nd down, 3. That's Rodriguez in motion, and Cruz getting the handoff and should have enough for the first down. Almost loses the ball, but carrying the pile. A very healthy gain out to the 38. Pickup of 9.
Yeah, we were talking about him earlier, 5'6", 225, and he was using all of that right there, dragging some defenders with him. And nice opening drive here in the second half for Southwest, picking up nice yardage on both plays.
I think most other backs would have lost the ball on that one as one of the defenders got their hand on it and almost stripped it from Cruz. But you saw his upper body strength being able to hold on to that one. I formation, strong side right. And Villamor will throw that way for just a couple. Mark Daniels, we've seen him get the ball thrown his way a few times tonight.
And 3 plays in the second half so far and 3 very positive gains for Southwest, and that's definitely a good sign for the Raiders.
6-yard pass and catch from Villamor to Daniels. Daniels, a senior wide receiver. All 3 of the main wide receivers for the Raiders are seniors. Daniels, Rodriguez, and Martinez. They will go this time again on the ground. Garcia not finding any room. Maybe a gain of about a foot up to the 45.
And Cecilio Portillo was all over that one for Sweetwater, again, a sophomore. So the Sweetwater defense is loaded with some sophomore players that have been coming up big here tonight.
Villamor once again with an opportunity on a big 3rd down. They haven't been converting many of these tonight. 3rd down and 3. They'll come out in an I formation once again. Cruz, the up back. Garcia dotting that I. To the near side, it's Daniels and Rodriguez. They will go with a play fake as Villamor will roll out, avoids a defender initially, but then is slammed to the ground. The sack by Jose Galvan.
Yeah, Galvan has had a good play in this game so far on the defensive side as well. That time, not allowing Villamor to escape. Just kind of corralled them, threw him to the ground. And that brings up 4th down and long. So a solid, good drive to start this half is now kind of deflated, and here we are with 4th and long.
Yeah, you've seen Southwest go to that rollout, especially to the left side, several times, and it hasn't been their best option so far tonight. They'll have to punt this away. Sal Nasser ready to make a play. We saw him get involved early, but weren't calling his name much through the second quarter. He's standing at about his own 30. 8:22 left in the third quarter. Sweetwater up 13-0. A high snap to Martinez. Chris Martinez is going to try to pick up the first down around the end, and the nifty wide receiver / punter gets the first down.
Yeah, what a gutsy move there by Southwest, but the right move, I think. And kind of, you had a good drive. You didn't want to squander it there, and using your athletic receiver there, Rodriguez, getting to the corner, using it as a speed, and picking up the first down.
Wow, that was a gutsy call.
But I like it. I think you need to kind of keep that spark going.
Yeah, gain of 11 on that punt fake. Martinez, who we've seen punt every one tonight for Southwest, decided to tuck it down, or probably got the instructions from the staff. And it was close as to whether he was going to get around that edge and pick up the first down here near side.
He had a couple players from Sweetwater kind of trying to angle him, but Martinez doing a good job getting to the corner and picking up the first down and moving the chains. And again, that was big because this opening drive has been good thus far for Southwest. And they'd hate, and we see a flag flying in here. I think they took too much time.
So they're going to have to march back, but they do have at least a first down to work with. The clock actually stopped as Martinez went out of bounds on that fourth down play. 8:11 on the clock.
But they get called for a delay here, and this is a theme we've seen throughout. They get a good positive play, and then they shoot themselves in the foot and then move back.
Yeah. But they are still well in this ball game.
Definitely.
That loss of 5 put them back again onto their side of the 50 at the 40, 8. First down, 15. This time they'll go with the spread out of shotgun. 4 wide receivers. They'll still go with the handoff to Garcia up the middle. Gain of a 1 maybe. 1.5, close to midfield.
Well, I like the way they're controlling the ball here, and they're not really trying to force anything. They're just kind of letting the game come to them, and they figure the less Sweetwater has the ball, the better it is for them. And so they're playing more of a paced game here in the second half.
Got a pretty rugged field out there here at Sweetwater High School. Some good news for them, though, announced about a year and a half ago. A grant by the San Diego Chargers is going to give them a new field here. One of the oldest high schools here in San Diego, having such an impact in our community. We'll have a new field. On second down, Cruz is taken down for a loss for Southwest.
And they're one of the last schools to get a new field.
Yeah.
A lot of the schools now are getting that new turf, and the schools are slowly but surely getting them put in. And Sweetwater, one of the last ones. But once they get it in, it's going to be a nice facility here, as they have a nice backing from their crowd.
Yeah, you're seeing these new fields go up all over the place. Last year, I mean, you had teams like San Pasqual get one. This year, Otay Ranch, Granite Hills, I believe, with their blue field.
West Hills.
West Hills, excuse me, yeah.
Madison has a brand new field.
All over the place. Anyways, third down. Villamore is going to throw it up deep to Martinez, who is open. Can he haul it in? Yes. Touchdown, Raiders.
Oh, and there's going to be a penalty flag there, or there should be at least, as there's a lot of pushing and shoving on both sides, and still no penalty flag.
Oh, my goodness.
Oh, and here they come, and here come the
This is getting a little nasty.
And that's too bad, too, because that takes away from a huge play. But it does get Southwest back into the ball game on that huge pickup of 52 yards.
Wow.
But we saw pushing and shoving on both sides. This is going to have to be an offsetting penalty because it was going on both sides. I think Sweetwater started it, but there was no flag called, and then Southwest started pushing back. And then the flag came out.
Well, with 6:29 left in the third quarter, Southwest finally strikes a 51-yard pass from quarterback Villamore to Chris Martinez. And then there was some scuffling after the play. It looked like a couple of the defensive backs that were trying to get to Martinez were laying on top of him a little bit. A little bit of a scuffle between them, and then several more players came into the act.
Yeah, it's going to be offsetting. And that's the right call by the official because both teams were kind of going at it first. But I will say Sweetwater initiated that. After the touchdown was already made, they shoved the receiver to the ground and tried to knock the ball loose when the play was already marked dead.
Martinez with some nice late separation there from the back end secondary. Dominique Villamore with his 7th touchdown pass on the season. It's a big one. And not to mention it was a 3rd down and 14, Andrew.
And again, it was wide open. So a wide open again. If you're a Southwest fan, you're hoping that he doesn't drop it like we saw early on in that game. This time he corrals it and gets into the end zone and cuts the lead in half.
Yeah, it was kind of an interesting play that took shape there. Martinez was near a defender around the 20, and then Dominique Villamore decided to throw it up, and from that moment on, Martinez created a good amount of separation, and by the time the ball came down, he was about 10 yards away from the defender and easily backstepped into the end zone. Still a little bit of a holdup here with the officials.
Yeah, they're still trying to figure out. They said it was offsetting on that penalty.
So you should have the snap from the 3. A pretty important field extra point here as Southwest is only down 7, so going just down 6 would be big. Marco Beltran trying to get it through, but it is blocked by the defense.
And that's big. That's big if you're Sweetwater, because now the lead stays at 7, whereas a touchdown, an extra point, it's only going to tie it rather than possibly losing the game for you if he makes that. So that's big for the Red Devils blocking that.
Well, nothing short of excitement here from Sweetwater High School. 6:29 left in the third quarter. 13-6 Sweetwater here on your destination for high school sports, playonsports.com.
You want to watch more of your school's great matchups, like the game you're enjoying here tonight? Tell your school to sign up for the PlayOn Sports Broadcast Program. The program allows schools to broadcast their games and other activities on the web. For more information, go to playonsports.com/SBP. Again, that's /Sam Boy Paul.
That's Andrew Jensen. I'm Andy Bishop. Jarrett Wright, our producer. Daryl Mazon, our videographer from National City tonight. Very pleasant night here in San Diego. Probably in the 60s somewhere right now.
And if you're Sweetwater, you got to feel a little nervous right now because you really dominated this game up to this point, yet you look at the scoreboard and you're only up by 7. So Sweetwater is going to get their first possession of the second half, and we'll see what they can do with that.
Pretty nice drive there by Southwest, obviously. A 5-minute and 31-second drive.
And that fake punt really kind of catapulting them into getting that touchdown.
Big risk, big reward there for Southwest. And now their defense will be called upon for another stop against Sweetwater, whose offense couldn't get much going in the second quarter there, but they'll try to turn things around here. It's going to be Zach Crutcher, the dangerous returner. We've seen him already. He's not going to get it. It's going to be DeBella, I believe, right side. Good field position once again for the Red Devils past the 40.
And again, I don't think they've had – this is probably the worst field position they've had starting this game, and that's at their own 43. So that goes to show what they've done on the defensive side and special teams. And I believe there may have been – all right, no, I thought I may have saw a penalty marker, but I was mistaken.
Wouldn't be surprised. We're getting one about every third play here on average.
That's why I was quick to judge there on that play, but it was clean.
Sweetwater will start from the 43. Man coming in motion, it's Nasser, but a handoff to Garcia up the middle. Antonio Garcia getting another carry.
Southwest coming out the second half with a little bit more enthusiasm, it looks like. Their defense is looking pretty quick on that first play, and, of course, that long drive from the offense. And, again, they've done a fairly good job throughout this game. It's just been mistakes that they've been causing themselves that have been hurting them. If they can correct that, they're right here.
Friday night football all across our beautiful country, and we're coming to you from San Diego, California. Sweetwater Union High School.
Yeah, down in the South Bay, about 10 minutes or so from the border?
Yeah.
U.S.-Mexico border.
Second down for the Red Devils, excuse me.
And that's going to be an offsides penalty going against Southwest. They jumped into the neutral zone there. And that's going to give Sweetwater 5 free yards. So instead of second and long, it's not going to be second and 5.
Yeah, that's a break there, a gift, rather.
And we've been seeing that all night. It's just been the same story.
Yeah, you've probably had about 15 penalties already on Southwest, would be my guess, somewhere in that vicinity, give or take a couple, which is a pretty big amount when you're still in the third quarter.
Third quarter had been fairly clean up until that touchdown skirmish.
Yeah.
And then penalty here.
So you've got second down and 5. 48-yard line is where Sweetwater's at. And Amon's going to throw it up deep to Crutcher. Almost intercepted by the safety. B.J. Martinez making a nice play back there.
Yeah, just underthrown. If he gets a little bit more on that, Crutcher is going to walk into the end zone with the touchdown, but just underthrown, giving Martinez a chance to almost intercept it.
A big third down now.
Yeah. The Red Devils facing another third down. We've got the Red Devil mascot. He was trouncing around a little bit during the halftime break. Now he's just sitting in the stands with the rest of the Red Devil fans right in front of us here in the press box. 5:04 left in the third. Amon faking it and then throwing it out in the flat, but high. And another stop.
And that's Nasser who was hit. And he's slow to get up. Now he gets up.
Mark Daniels with the big hit. The wide receiver also playing defensive back out there for the Raiders.
And Sweetwater looks like they're going to punt this one away, so it's safe to say that the momentum is clearly on the side of Southwest right now.
I was going to say that you have seen a clear momentum shift from the first half to the second half here. Chris Martinez, that is, waiting for the Raiders. Nasser ready to punt it. And he will get it away from his own 40. A good end-over-end kick, bouncing at the 25 and taking a Sweetwater trip to the 13-yard line.
Yeah, so Southwest will have a long field to go as Martinez selected that one just to kind of take the bounce and takes a Sweetwater bounce. But now Southwest has the opportunity to possibly tie this game or maybe even take the lead if they score and decide to go for two.
Yeah, you got to imagine their confidence level quite a bit higher than where it was at some point at points in the second quarter there. Their offense putting together a nice drive. Last possession.
Well, I'm just going to take a guess here, but in the locker room, I'm guessing Coach Paredes probably laid into him pretty hard and kind of telling him, hey, guys, you're right here. It's a matter of you guys not beating yourselves. And for the most part, the second half, that hasn't been the case.
So they come out in an I formation. Villamor looking to pass. He's going to tuck it and then throw it out to his back on the screen. The ball comes out, but it will be ruled down. Don Garcia on the reception, going for a gain of 3.
That's a positive on first down and makes it second down and a little more manageable. Anytime you can pick up 3 yards or more on first, the coach is usually pretty satisfied with that.
Smart decision by Villamor, who wanted to get it on the slant route to his near side receiver, but he decided to tuck it down and then get it out to the safe option, his running back. Second down and 6. Another I formation. They'll go with the fullback who bounces it outside, and we'll get a couple. Of course, that's Greg Cruz. Seeing him get a little action tonight, moving the pile a couple yards. Third down and 3 we should see coming up here.
Yeah, Cruz is a load to try to bring down. You get him going in full speed. Good luck trying to bring him down. I wouldn't want to be down there.
Again, 5'6", 225. Obviously a low center of gravity there. Ball's marked at the 21. They need to get to the 24 for a first down. Southwest well in their own territory. Man in motion to the near side. They will go with the stretch to the left side. Garcia, but he's going to be short.
Now here's where you really have a decision to make. Because you're going to be short, but barely. And it's going to be fourth down and short. If you don't get it here, you give it to Sweetwater at the 23-yard line.
Yeah, you're about a yard short here if you're the Raiders.
And I think the smart thing to do is just punt it away. You have momentum right now. Your defense has been playing well. I think, as tempting as it may be, you got to punt this. And it looks like that's what they're going to do. And I believe that's the right call.
2:36 and counting in the third quarter. Southwest down 13-6. They've got the lone score in the third quarter here. Missed their extra point, however, got blocked.
Well,
and now you've got a delay of game as Southwest just continuing to kick themselves.
So instead of 4th and 1, now you bring up 4th and 6. But remember, they did fake it the last time, so you know that's something Sweetwater is going to be expecting now. But now if you decide to fake it, it's obviously a little bit more difficult with 4th and 6 rather than 4th and a yard that you had a moment ago.
Yeah, you don't even have a returner back deep. Nasser, who normally gets it, is at the southwest 30, only about 12 yards deep from the line of scrimmage. But the punt will take place and take a nice southwest bounce across midfield. And for some reason, Nasser decided to jump on top of it at the 44.
Yeah, I was thinking the same thing.
The coaching staff was like, what are you doing? But no harm, no foul there as they'll get the ball back at the 43. And again, they're going to get field position to start this drive.
2:08 left in the third quarter here.
Third quarter's flown by.
Yeah, it really has. Yeah, most of that time coming off on Southwest first drive, but now you've got another penalty. Surprise, surprise.
This one going against Sweetwater.
I didn't see the flag on the field, but it's going to be a personal foul, 15 yards. So instead of having good field position, now they just shot themselves, Sweetwater just shot themselves in the foot and moving back 15 yards.
Yeah, the ball is going to go all the way back to the 29-yard line. So.
And it's just penalties like that you can control that drives coaches crazy.
Yeah.
You know, it's one thing, it's in the heat of the moment and you're playing, you get caught doing a hold or something like that, but it's penalties that you can completely control that drives coaches nuts. So instead of having great field position, now you're going to have field position at the 29, whereas you would have been, 15 yards above that. So
coaching staff can't be very happy at this point.
Well, the Red Devils are coming back out here on offense. 2:08 again left in the third quarter. They will go with the handoff on the left side to Nasser, who's got some room. He's got the first down. He's got one man to beat. To the 30, to the 20. He is going to get to pay dirt. Touchdown, Sal Nasser.
71-yard run on the very first play. And Nasser showing his explosiveness there, breaking free. No flags on the field. And Sweetwater extends their lead again.
Well, that's one way to get this offense going. Sweetwater's first down pickup, if I'm not mistaken, of the second half here, and it comes on a touchdown run of 71 yards.
Yeah, I knew as soon as Nasser got past that initial front of defenders there, no one was going to catch him. As his speed is just too much. As the extra point almost blocked.
This time it's good. The first extra point that's fallen good in the last 3 attempts in this game. Roman puts it through, so that is going to now be a 20-6 lead here for Sweetwater. 1:54 left in the third on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
PlayOn Sports is on Facebook and Twitter, giving you news and information and links to great highlights. Follow us on PlayOn Sports on both Facebook and Twitter. You can also access thousands of live and on-demand games on YouTube and youtube.com/PlayOnNetwork. Keep up with all the high school action every week from your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. So Nasser gets his first touchdown of the ball game, trying to catch up to his fellow senior teammate.
Yeah, Crutcher. But, yeah, what a run. We finally got to see him in some space. We've only seen it a couple other times tonight, and you saw what he can do when he's got some good blocking up front.
And that hurts if you're Southwest because you had the ball 4th and 1, you decide to punt away, which was the right call, and then you get a 15-yard penalty to push him back even further. And then the very first play, he break loose for a 71-yard run.
Sweetwater's offense had been mostly quiet since the end of that first quarter when Crutcher ran in the 13-yard TD.
Well, it's amazing how one play can change momentum here, and we'll see if Southwest can try to recapture it as they've had it for the majority of this third quarter up until that last play.
You'll get the boot caught at the 20 by Martinez, and he's got some room. He's up near midfield, weaving his way through the special teams of the Red Devils. Nice gain there.
perfect timing for Southwest. They needed a big play to kind of try to get some of this momentum back, and they get it with a big return, bringing it out towards midfield. And it looks like we may have an injured player down there for the Raiders. We do. I can't make out who that is.
Southwest, of course, moving from left to right here on your screen, wearing the white and yellow. The Red Devils wearing those all burgundy and white uniforms. 1:48 in the third. Andy Bishop alongside Andrew Jensen. And do you think you're seeing these defenses wear down at all here, Andrew? Have we seen a couple long plays here in the third quarter?
Yeah, it's been one of those kind of emotional games, too, as well. You got two teams that, close to nearby. A lot of these players know each other, so there's a lot going on emotionally out there. It's been fairly close, so that takes a lot out of you as well. And we'll see if Sweetwater can come up with another stop here once play resumes, but trying to make out who that player is on the field. Being attended to, and he's laying on his back, so he can't really make out the number as both teams are heading over to the sidelines.
Like we mentioned earlier, 4 games left for both of these teams after tonight's game. That was Martinez, the returner, now getting up, as we can see. He was the injured player down there, but he's walking off on his own power.
So that's good to see. He was down there for quite some time, but he's up and heading over to the bench. And so Southwest will start this drive, crucial drive here, with 1:48 left in the third.
But both these teams, one more game after this one before they jump into league play. So they'll both end up playing 10 games in the regular season before the San Diego playoffs start. If either of these two teams gets in, probably not going to see either one get in the way things are going now, but you never know with league play, of course. But we're ready to jump back into action. Clock actually rolling at 1:30. Interesting there.
I was thinking the same thing.
Villamor is going to throw it up deep and almost hauling it in. It was B.J. Martinez, who maybe gave a little push to the defensive back and could have used that reception.
Yeah, I was wondering why the clock was rolling, too, because it was after a kickoff. So it should have been a dead ball, but I don't know.
So you had about 15 extra seconds run off the clock there. Just joining us, it was Sweetwater who shot off to a 13-0 lead after the first quarter. Southwest struck back in the second half with a long 51-yard touchdown, and then the Red Devils of Sweetwater responded with a 71-yard touchdown run. We have a 20-6 game. Second down, Villamor back to pass. Can't find a receiver. He's going to tuck it down and run. Nice nifty move to pick up a couple past midfield.
Yeah, brought down there. But that was Keith Falogo that was there. He's been a factor on defense today for Sweetwater. So third down, going back to Martinez. Had that ball in his chest, bounces off the shoulder pads. That's the second drop that he's had in this game that would have been big yards. That pass, that completion just a moment ago was a little bit more difficult than that first one, but still a catchable ball.
Yeah, he's definitely probably wishing he could have had one of those at least. 35 seconds left in the third quarter. Third down and 7. And Villamor is going to have to get rid of it under duress.
Ooh.
Incomplete pass as he tried to get it out to Cruz, I believe.
Yeah, lucky that fell incomplete because that was tipped up in the air, and there was a couple Sweetwater defenders there that were in the vicinity of possibly intercepting that one. So now it's fourth down and long, and 27 seconds left in the third. What do you do if you're Southwest?
Yeah, interesting decision here. Wouldn't be surprised if they went for it inside of Red Devil territory. But again, it is not your highest percentage of completing the play. Martinez is back in punt formation. Only one Red Devil back deep. That's DeBella. Martinez will punt this one, angling it to the right side. Doesn't take much of a bounce, and the second one rolls forward a little bit, down at the 21 by Southwest. Anthony Martinez downing it for the Raiders. 26 seconds left in this third quarter. 20-7. Last time we saw these Red Devils on offense, it just took them one play and 71 yards to get into the end zone on a fantastic run by Sal Nasser.
Yeah, Nasser showing his athleticism there and getting his first touchdown. We saw glimpses in that first half of some big plays, but really broke out there on that last one.
And a Southwest player sprinting to get off the field. Unable to do so, but I don't see a flag.
Yeah, I think that probably could have threw a flag there. Nasser, nice pickup on first down of about 5, maybe 4.
Yeah, you did indeed have 11 players plus the individual that was running off the field.
And that should be
Arlie Aguilar, but nothing called. The result of it, a 5-yard gain for Sweetwater. That's going to be the last play of the third quarter. Sweetwater looking for their first victory this season. They are definitely in a good place to do that going into the fourth quarter. Up 20-6 here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
Make sure you stay tuned for the Play On Sports post-game show. We're going to select our player of the game as well as wrap up all the action from the game as well. That's coming up after the game on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. We've got to start thinking about who that player of the game is.
Absolutely. We had a couple in mind there in the first half. If it does indeed end up being Sweetwater that comes away with this one. But now after that big run by Nasser, he's getting into the conversation as well.
Yeah, but I think I would still have to give it to Crutcher at this point because he almost had one in that first half. Came up just a little bit short.
Yeah, he really was the dominant offensive player getting this Red Devil team going.
And then don't forget about Tapia as well on the defensive side, who's really caused some headaches. But we still have a quarter left.
Exactly.
So we'll see what happens here. But
can't get us ahead of ourselves.
I would say as of right now, those are the 3 finals.
Yeah. 12 minutes left in the ball game. Sweetwater looking to put victory number 1 onto the record. We're ready to go here in the fourth quarter. 2nd down and 6. Nasser getting another carry, but being held back by the stout defense of the Raiders. Ball to the 24.
Nasser's one of those players where it's not a lot, then boom,
yeah,
a big play. He has that kind of the Barry Sanders type of stats. Negative yards, 1 yard, 2 yards, 50 yards.
Yeah, exactly. That play actually went for a loss of about 1 yard. So a 3rd down. Southwest could really use a stop here. Amon is outside the pocket looking for a receiver. Throws it across his body. It is incomplete. Almost intercepted by Martinez and then almost caught by DeBella of the Red Devils. Quirky play there.
And Martinez had that one. He's kicking himself. That was a lost opportunity, but it is going to be 4th down, so Southwest will get the ball back. So their defense doing a good job there, forcing the punt.
Yeah, a little bit of a tricky situation for Martinez as he wasn't quite sure if the receiver was going to get a hand on that, but the ball still hit him right in the breadbasket, and anytime that happens, you expect to catch it.
Yeah, it would have been a lot better field position, but they're still going to get the ball back here, and we have a stoppage here. Someone calls, I think Sweetwater called the timeout.
Sweetwater having some trouble getting their punting unit on the field there, so they'll pause for a timeout. 11:10 left in the fourth on PlayOnSports.com.
And PlayOnSports.com is not only your destination for Friday night football action, but it's also the place for the most comprehensive coverage of high school playoff and championship events in sports from all across the country. PlayOnSports.com, high school sports lives here. I know we talked about that briefly before. We had coverage across the country, and not only the major sports and basketball, football, and baseball, but every sport we have coverage of. And so if you're wanting to have your team water polo game broadcasted or softball, whatever it may be, we're definitely the place you want to get in contact with.
Yeah, really looking forward to some championship action coming up here in the next couple of weeks, couple months across the states. Okay, we are ready for some more action. Sal Nasser back to kick it for the Red Devils. Gets this one away, end over end. Angling towards the near side where it will go out of bounds at the 45 of Southwest.
So they'll have good field position, still plenty of time. There's 11:02 remaining, down by 2 scores, but they're going to have to sustain a drive here. And it looks like B.J. Martinez was slow getting off the field, and he was hit. That's going to be a blow if he can't get back out there because he's one of your threats offensively.
Yeah, I saw him a couple plays ago holding his wrist after one of the plays. Looked like he was in a little bit of pain.
It looks like that's what he was holding again there, and he took a little while to get off the field. So he is not in there right now. So, again, that's one less threat for the Raiders.
$11:02 remaining on the clock in this game, Southwest versus Sweetwater. Southwest with possession. Viamore has time, steps up, he's going to throw it across the field. He has a man open. It is a little bit too far, though, for Martinez.
They've been so close on numerous occasions tonight.
Viamore had all day there.
Just overthrew it by about a half a yard. And if you're Sweetwater, you got to get back a little bit. At this point, you have a 2-score lead. You don't want to give up anything behind you. Keep everything in front of you. You'll give up a 10-yard pass or a 15-yard pass. Just keep the clock rolling. You don't want to get beat for a touchdown, which almost happened right there. If you're Sweetwater, you have to get back.
Southwest unable to do much damage on the in the ground game tonight. It's really been through the air the way they move the ball. Viamore going to throw it left side, almost picked, but I think you got Mark Daniels with the catch.
And it's almost one of those Monday Night Football scenarios.
Yeah, it's almost a simultaneous possession, but I do think Daniels had the ball.
Yeah, the referee already signaled third down. That was very close to being picked off in return for a touchdown.
Yeah.
Daniels picks up a couple on the play, and the clock rolling.
Viamore's definitely got a gun out there, but Joshua Christopher, the cornerback on the near side, read that one pretty good and almost jumped it. Just a half step away from getting in front of Daniels and ending this game pretty emphatically.
Yeah, that was looked pretty close.
10 minutes left on the clock. Viamore on a 3rd down and 8. He's going to move to the right a little bit. He wants to throw it deep, but he is sacked. Jose Galvan.
And I think Galvan has kind of earned himself honorable mention for player of the game. He's been called on a lot on the defensive side. And Galvan, well, he's a senior, so he'll be leaving for Sweetwater, but he has definitely been making his presence felt tonight. And I got to tell you, a very nice crowd here tonight at Sweetwater. The school is out of session right now down here in the South Bay. They're on a 2-week break, and a very nice crowd. Definitely nice support from the community here following the Sweetwater program.
The hike is to Christopher Martinez, and he kicks it to the right side. That one's not going to go for much.
Yeah, that was about a 15-yard punt.
Distance on the net punt yardage.
Yeah, about 15 yards. And that's one of those things, again, if you're Southwest, you're like, I probably just should have went for it. But did the right call. You had to punt it in that situation.
Yeah.
You can't guess that you're only going to punt it 15 yards.
Ball went out on the far side at the 40-yard line. So I think you only had about an 18 or 17-yard net punt there.
Well, now if you're Sweetwater, you start just running the ball and taking some time off this clock.
Yeah, you might as well just keep on handing it to Nasser, you would think. 9-10 remaining in the game. they are going to throw it out in the flat to DeBella. Incomplete.
What do we know?
Yeah.
Well, the coaches obviously know what they're doing down there. But it brings up a second down with the clock stopped. And we've mentioned Sweetwater looking for their first win. But, again, they've been in a couple of the losses they've had, and a couple of the losses that they got beat pretty bad. Those were against some of the better teams in the county. And you can see this team definitely has the potential. And they have the athleticism. They have the talent. It's just a matter of getting them all together. And we're seeing them play extremely well here tonight.
Yeah, their closest loss by 3 points to Whittier.
Team up in L.A.
9-6 in week 4. It will be a pass out to Crutcher. Nice stiff arm. Now he's got some room to the outside. Breaks back inside. He's got the first down.
Wow.
Inside Southwest territory. Some late action once again.
And pushing and shoving.
Another penalty flag.
And that's one I believe is going to win is Martinez for Southwest. And now that it's just frustration kicking in right now. Crutcher made an amazing move to pick up the first.
He was absolutely stopped dead and used the stiff arm to give himself some room and then use that speed to the outside.
Referees are talking over about the penalty, but that's going against Southwest. Oh, maybe not.
Oh, wow. So it really maybe could have gone either way.
I didn't see it on Sweetwater. I guess something happened before, and Martinez may have just been retaliating, but I didn't see anything on the Sweetwater side.
Well.
But it is a first down. They'll just move back after they picked up that first down by Crutcher. I keep hearing that horn, and I don't know where it's coming from. I'm sure you folks at home can hear it as well. Just randomly comes out every couple minutes.
All right, we're set to go again. 8:50 on the clock. First down from the 41. It's going to be Amon looking to pass. He's just going to throw it deep. It is incomplete. Little bit of contact down there.
Yeah, looking for
Edgar Delgadillo on the coverage.
Cruz kind of turned around there. He turned the wrong way. Had a step on the defender, but just turned the wrong way and then didn't see the ball.
Well, if you're Southwest, you don't mind Sweetwater coming out and throwing it as long as they aren't getting the yardage and keeping plenty of time up on that clock. 8:38. Amon will give it to Garcia. Antonio Garcia again gets
loses
it, but he got a negative yardage on that one.
So third down and long, clock rolling as we approach the 8-minute mark. Southwest is trying to get a stop here from their defense. If they're going to come up with a turnover, now would be the time.
3rd and 11 from the 40. Got to get to the Southwest 49 for that first. Christian Amon handing it off. Again, Antonio Garcia, the ball carrier, just a few yards. And you're probably going to see Sweetwater with that punting unit. 7:45 and ticking.
Yeah, they're just at that point. Just wanted to get the clock rolling and eat up some more time and kick it away, Southwest.
This game by no means over. Still a 2-score game.
But Southwest has to show some urgency here because time is becoming a factor. Definitely not over, but it's getting close.
Chris Martinez standing around his own 28-yard line. Nasser to kick it. This one should be good for Sweetwater. Picked up by Martinez at the 16. Going to the far side and tripped up. a penalty flag flies in
Yeah, it's going to be a late hit.
at the end of that run. Martinez got it up to about the 28-yard line.
So tack on 15 more yards as Martinez was running towards the out of bounds. And we're on the opposite side, so I couldn't see too clearly if that was. I'll wait here for the official. Oh, maybe not. Maybe a block in the back.
Yeah, I saw a player trying to throw a good block in there. I thought he might have gotten inside the shoulder pads, but they'll call it a block in the back. 7 minutes exactly.
Right when I saw Martinez go to the ground, the flag came flying out. So I kind of assumed it was a late hit, but I was wrong on that.
Andy Bishop with Andrew Jensen in National City, about 10 miles south of downtown San Diego, a few miles north of the border. Villamor for Southwest is going to step up and run. He's got some room. He's going to do the quarterback slide, just a yard short of that first down marker.
He's taken enough hits the past couple weeks. That's smart there. You see some DBs charging at you. Let's go down and live to fight another day.
That will stop the clock, or excuse me, that was not a first down. He's a yard short, so clock's still rolling, 6:35. If you're Southwest, you have to pretty much have everything go right here for you to even tie up this ball game. Two touchdowns behind. Ball at your own 28. Second down and 1. Villamor with a 3-step drop. Flushed left. He will run again. He's going to pick up the first down and move out of bounds to the 32.
He gets out of bounds, gets the first down, and that will stop the clock with 6:09. So Villamor taking it on his own shoulders here to keep this drive going with 2 runs for about 13 yards.
You really haven't seen Villamor force it too much. There's been a couple that he's split the seam, you could say. But when he hasn't seen what he's wanted to, he's kind of tucked it down and tried to run for it, or just kind of eaten it and taken the sack. 6:09 remaining. First down for Southwest. Trips up to the right. Daniels, the lone receiver here to the left. Villamor is going to roll right. Looking to find a receiver. Throws it. It is intercepted by Sweetwater. That's DeBella down the far sideline. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the definition of a pick six.
And it was DeBella on the other side just a moment ago where he almost had it. This time he does come up with it and bring it in. And that may have just been all she wrote for Southwest.
Yeah, 3 touchdowns up is Sweetwater now. And DeBella read that one like a book. 5:55 on the clock, 26-6. Sweetwater up. Roman looking to add one more to that total. The kick is up, and it is money. 27-6. Sweetwater up here on senior night. About ready to get their first victory here on PlayOnSports.com.
Again, you want to stay tuned for the post-game show. We're going to select our player of the game and try to have an interview with that player, try to get him up here in the press box. And again, we have some deciding to do, but my vote right now still leans towards Crutcher.
So with 3 5s up there on the scoreboard, 5:55 left in the game.
We might have to have our producer here get his final vote if we have a...
Yeah, we might have to have a little committee vote here. Majority wins, we'll see. A lot of guys for Sweetwater getting into the act here.
Yes.
Raymond DeBello, the junior defensive back.
He'll be another one back. And it's going to be fun to watch this Water team grow and see what they do next year with, a core group coming back, but they are losing their playmakers. Which will be tough to replace.
Martinez back along with Garcia. Martinez takes it at the 15. Running up the far side.
Oh.
He's got some room to midfield, to the 40, lowers his shoulder close to the 35. A very good return there by Chris Martinez.
Yeah, no, there is a penalty marker, though. We'll wait to see what that's all about. Not making any more assumptions on penalties.
Yeah.
0 for my last 2. Ooh, it looks like a late hit going against Sweetwater, so tag on, more yards. So Southwest is going to have great field position. Going to start this drive at the 20.
Wow, yeah, that is what you would
Credit.
prefer.
It's Martinez for that beautiful return there, but might be a little bit too little too late.
Yeah, they gotta strike quickly, that's for sure. Villamore with 3 wide receivers to the left, 5:45 on the clock. They're going to give it to Greg Cruz up the middle on a handoff. He'll scoot forward for 5 to the right side.
Greg Cruz, a senior for Southwest, so he'll play the final 4 games here of his high school career, but he's had a nice night here rushing the ball.
2nd and 5. Ball at the 16. Villamore with a quick drop. He's going to flush left, going to try to find Martinez, but it is intercepted by Zach Crutcher.
Well, I think that just puts an
Yeah.
exclamation point on who we're picking for our player of the game. Add an interception to his stat line.
Zach Crutcher, the senior.
Now, you'll be the one doing the interview. You'll have to do me a favor and ask him a question. Was that fumble on him, or was it on the quarterback that he had in the first half?
Yeah. Well,
'Cause that's the only thing right now that's getting them from having a perfect game.
bring that up. That
I'm sure he'll put it on the quarterback, but
that
that's his job.
exchange there in the second quarter, I believe it was.
Yeah, that's really the
between,
only negative he's done. Everything else has just been extremely beneficial for the Sweetwater team.
Between he and Eamon, the one mistake by that offense tonight. They're going to go on first down as Crutcher intercepted that in the end zone and then brought it out a couple yards. So the Red Devils have it on the 3, maybe the 4-yard line to start the drive.
Yeah, and right now I think Southwest is just content to call it a game as they trailed by 3 scores, and Sweetwater just going to run the ball here and milk this clock.
Second down. Another handoff, this time to the right side. Antonio Garcia falling forward. He's got the first down. Good run there by Garcia.
Gives the quarterback Eamon a little bit more breathing room instead of standing at his own goal line. Now he'll have some room to drop back and hand the ball off.
Yeah, frustrating. Got to be a frustrating night, obviously, anytime you lose here. But for Southwest, especially when probably, talent-wise, they're just as good as Sweetwater. They just really, we've probably used this phrase about 15 or 20 times tonight, trying to think of any other way to put it about just beating themselves.
Yeah, a couple missed opportunities, some drop passes that would have been big plays, some fumbles, penalties. But they have the core there. They have the coaching staff. They're getting the mentality back over there. They're getting the football mentality back. And, you can't do it overnight. I mean, it's a process for Southwest. And if they can just correct that. And that's the thing. All the stuff that they've made a mistake, it's all correctable. It's stuff that they're doing on their own. It's not anything that someone's forcing them to do.
Yeah, you got to think some extra wind sprints are in store this practice week for Southwest maybe, is you have another personal foul on Southwest, a late hit. You had some tacklers wrapped up around the ball carrier. The play was mostly dead, and then defender came in and just absolutely lit up the pile. So kind of a late hit once again. Antonio Garcia breaking tackles past midfield, and then finally tripped up with a shoestring tackle. Don Garcia takes down Garcia at the 47.
Yeah. Antonio Garcia, we're seeing the future running game for Sweetwater, only a sophomore. And it looks like he has the potential to be a playmaker. He has some speed.
Yeah, easily shedding the tacklers as well. The would-be tacklers, I should say. And you still got most of this Sweetwater crowd here supporting their team on what's got to be a satisfying night for the entire school.
Yeah, the entire community is. They really do rally around the Sweetwater team here in the National City area. Again, we talked about the history that they've had and throughout the years. Kind of been on a little bit of a downside as of late, but trying to get that corrected. But they really were a power. I mean, if you look at the history of San Diego high school football in the 70s and 80s, Sweetwater was just untouchable.
Yeah, in the decade of the 1970s, they won a league championship every year except for 79, and then the same thing in the 80s except for 89. As DeBella, who just took back a pick six, gets the handoff and rolls forward close to the 20. You've got, once again, some of that yellow laundry out there on the field.
And that's back in the area of holding. Referees are getting this sorted out. And it looks like it may be coming back, which is going to negate a nice run from DeBella. And it's going to be a personal foul going against Sweetwater.
So you've got a couple minutes left here, 2:34. Game all but over, 27-6. Sweetwater. This will move them to 1-5 and could potentially tie them up with a couple of their league opponents, Castle Park and Montgomery, depending on how they finished in their respective games tonight. Mater Dei, of course, winning the league last year in the Metro Pacific. They're 2-2 coming into tonight.
And I'll tell you, I had the opportunity to watch Montgomery a few weeks back, and they're a tough team. They beat the Southwest team, but they have a running back there in Williams, Charlie Williams, that's pretty impressive. So Sweetwater will have their hands full when they match up with them.
Yeah, the South Bay really trying to, I guess I should say the south part of San Diego County really trying to make a statement overall this year. You've got the other Metro League. Of course, the South Bay League that Southwest is in is up and coming, and then the other Metro League that features teams like Olympian and Otay Ranch.
Tough teams.
And a few others, Eastlake, of course.
Yeah, you got Eastlake, Chula Vista, Olympian, all three of those. I think we have almost another penalty there, but tough teams. I mean, some of the better teams in the county are coming down from this area, which is, Eastlake, Chula Vista, and Olympian, to name a few.
Yeah, that's I believe, the Metro Mesa League. One of the other Metro leagues. 1:23, and we're still winding down. 3rd down and 2 for Sweetwater. Amon still out there at quarterback. Antonio Garcia, he's been in the back in there this last series after Nasser and Crutcher both put in their work tonight. They're getting the breather on the sideline.
And, of course, we're going to have our Metro League Game of the Week next week as well, as we decide what that one's going to be, and they'll be posted on the schedule as we broadcast Metro League games every week here on PlayOn Sports.
One more play, maybe
it should
two.
Be, I think.
Yeah, just one more.
Yeah, probably one more here, and that will be all she wrote.
And they'll probably just kneel it here. 38 seconds.
Best formation you can be in if you're an offense.
Yeah.
Victory formation as the kneel down has happened.
And that's going to do it. Sweetwater with their first victory of the 2012 season. They defeat the Southwest Raiders 27-6 here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com. I'm Andy Bishop. Of course, I've been joined by Andrew Jensen all night. Be sure to stay tuned for our post-game show here on PlayOnSports.com. We'll interview our player of the game. We're looking at Mr. Zach Crutcher. So be sure and stay tuned. We'll be back here shortly in a few minutes on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP. We can get a player up here.
Oh, that's good stuff.
All right, perfect. Prepare a Wiley Ballard graphic.
Do you want me to start the stream?
Start the stream. Camera 3. Beautiful. Oh, we're coming in on 1. For more information on how your school can join the Play On School broadcast program, go to playonsports.com/SBP.
Andy Bishop joined here on PlayOnSports.com by our player of the game, Zach Crutcher, defensive back and wide receiver for Sweetwater. He's our player of the game. He had 2 touchdown scores as well as an interception tonight. I first just have to ask you, how does it feel to get a victory here for the first time this 2012 season?
It feels great, man. We've been working hard all season. It just hasn't happened for us. And this week we said we're going to get our first win, you know. We tried hard to practice every day, and now I showed what I wanted to do on the field.
Well, it really was you that was all the offense in the first quarter there. A 26-yard touchdown reception, a 13-yard touchdown run. Which one did you enjoy more?
I think the run, because I've always wanted to dive in. I got to dive in.
Now, I want you to talk me through your week of practice. You know, you said you were really confident going in, but this Southwest team is obviously pretty talented. So kind of tell me what your confidence level was like going into the game.
Well, I mean, the past years I've been playing, we beat them. And going into a game like this 0-5 doesn't, have your expectations high. But I had trust in my team that we were going to beat them. I told them at the beginning of the week on Monday to just work hard, be where you're supposed to be, do your assignment, and we'll win.
Well, your defense really took over the game. Your teammate DeBella had an interception touchdown return, and then you capped things off with an interception there in the end zone. Take me through that play.
I didn't know what I was supposed to do, honestly. I normally play corner, not safety, but they told me just look at the guy. I was like, all right, I'll look at the guy, and I didn't think they were going to throw it, but then I seen, I was like, he's looking at the guy. I was like, maybe I should go get him. And then I just got there. I don't know what happened.
All right. So what are some of your goals here as we move towards the latter half of the season? What do you got going forward here?
Go undefeated. Win league, get into playoffs, show people that Sweetwater is getting better by the years, getting talented. You know, I just want to win every game now. It's my senior year.
Perfect. Well, thanks for joining us, Zach. Zach Crutcher, your player of the game here in the Metro matchup here on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.
We're gonna come at you.
One shot.
We're back here on our PlayOn Sports. Post-game show. Andy Bishop alongside Andrew Jensen. And we just finished the game off a 27-6 win for Sweetwater. You definitely got to feel happy for that team and that fan base as they get their first victory.
And they've
here.
been so close throughout the year, and then you can see they've gotten better and they've learned from those mistakes. And they have the talent, and they finally put it all together tonight and got their first win. And like you heard Zach say right there, that they want to get better each game and ultimately win their league, and they have the potential to do it. We'll see the season goes on.
Yeah, that was referring to Zach Crutcher, our player of the game. He had a couple touchdowns early on there. And then it was the defense that really took over in the second half. He had that touchdown late, but take me through that play, that pick six by DeBella. The other
Southwest
cornerback.
had their final chance there, down by a couple scores, and they had good field position and looking to cut into that lead. And Villamor just tried to force it in there, and Diabella took it and uncatchable and really put it out of reach. But that was the turning point because Southwest did have good field position, and if they score there, anything can happen. But
yeah, Crutcher sounded pretty confident there as an analyst here. Do you think that Sweetwater has a chance to pick up a couple more victories here and do some damage in league?
Yeah, to be honest with you, it was surprising looking at the talent that they're 0-5 because their defense is all over the place. They have good defenders. They have good athleticism. And I think they're just a young team. They have a sophomore quarterback, so it's the midway point, and they're starting to come together. I think by all means they have a chance. I mean, it'll be a tough task, but I think they have an opportunity to do it.
Now if you're Southwest on the other side of the field, You beat yourself up a ton in this game. How do you respond going forward?
Exactly, and you look at that, and they really got outplayed this entire game, yet they were in it the entire game. So if you're going to take a positive away if you're Southwest is the fact that you got outplayed, but yet you were right there. They just got to limit the turnovers and limit the self-inflicted wounds. And once you do that, they can allow that physical offense to kind of take over. Plus, they're missing their running back right now, too. So once their running back comes back, they'll be in a little bit better shape.
Well, that'll do it here from Sweetwater High School. The Red Devils pick up their first victory on the season. I'm Andy Bishop alongside Andrew Jensen, Daryl Mazon on our camera work, and Jarrett Wright, our producer. Thanks for joining us on your destination for high school sports, PlayOnSports.com, and be sure to tune in next week to our Metro matchup here from San Diego.
One match away from immortality.
This is a total team effort.